weeks as your game plan? What are you going to try to come up with?
You know, I talked earlier about the Chiefs winning one-on-one matchups. Well, nobody's won one-on-one matchups defensively like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary, but they didn't do it against the Chiefs. So they better go back to the Week 12 film and figure out how to disguise and how to get things past Patrick Mahomes. Here you're going to see they're lined up in zone. They have a middle of the field safety. The linebackers walked out. Patrick Mahomes looks opposite because he knows he has an out and up to Tyreek Hill on the top, and Carlton Davis isn't good in off coverage. He sees the press. He sees the pressure, throws it to the outside. Perfect throw on the outside. Missed tackle. Touchdown. On the next play, they're going to be in man. You know, because everyone is pressed up. Safety in the middle of the field. The right safety is going to declare extremely early because he's trying to get down to the back. Safety is moved by the eyes of Patrick Mahomes. This is the deep crosser we always see from Tyreek Hill in number 3. There's nobody in the world that can keep up with him on this play, and no quarterback that places the football better. And so if you're Todd Bowles, if you're the Buccaneers, you have to disguise early and find a way to not let Tyreek Hill backflip his way into another ring. If Patrick Mahomes knows where you're going to be, they beat one-on-one matchups more than anybody in the league. That's what they'll work on the next 2 weeks.
Hey, Ryan, before I pivot to Tim, I just have one last follow on Mahomes. With Brady, it's real easy to say, oh, he doesn't like pressure. Get up the middle and get in his face. He hates it. I don't know a quarterback in the league that doesn't feel that way. But is there anything that you could say about Mahomes? Oh, he really doesn't like this. Like, what is it? I don't know what it is.
No. You know what? He's one of the few guys whose QBR doesn't fall off the cliff when pressured. Patrick Mahomes likes it all. He's prepared for it all. And it's easy to like those things when you have guys like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce winning.
All right, so Tim, you're up, and in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure you'll get sick of being asked clever kind of combinations of the Mahomes-Brady bit and what it represents. But I get the first crack at it as a guy that played the position, seeing the 43-year-old and the 20-something and the past, present, and future sort of greatness on display. What does it represent to you?
Well, for me, you know, you look at Tom Brady at 43, Scott, to be doing this, going to his 10th Super Bowl. It's absurd. I mean, there aren't
exactly.
adjectives to describe what he's accomplished. He's the greatest of all time. And I think what's interesting about this is that the guy that is off to the greatest start ever at the position is the guy that the greatest of our time is going to face. And when you look at Mahomes, you know, the difference between Brady and Mahomes is that, you know, Brady kind of had to claw his way in, comes in as a late round draft pick, has to prove that he can play. Where Mahomes, you look at him and you say, well, I mean, he clearly has more physical ability. He clearly has more talent. And so, you know, we're always going to compare guys like, can he be the next Tom Brady? Well, like, only time will tell, but no one's gotten off to a better start than Mahomes has. And maybe no one has the physical ability that Mahomes has. So that's what makes this pretty special, because we don't know how many more times we'll be able to see Brady, and we'll get to see him do it against, you know, currently probably the best quarterback in the game.
Well, I know how many times you're going to be asked about it between now and Super Bowl Sunday in a couple weeks, so I appreciate you giving me the first crack at it tonight and for keeping me company throughout the year, guys. We'll talk again Super Bowl Sunday. Thanks so much, all right?
Have a good one, brother.
All right, Tim and Ryan.
Faced everything that, you know, really when Bia got here last year, you know, there was a lot of great things that were happening and a lot of great young players. And, you know, I just loved, you know, made the decision and, you know, love coming to work every day with this group of guys, and they worked really hard to get to this point. And it's a tough game. I've had a few tough games in a row, and the next one will be really tough too. But we know what we're playing for, and we got 2 weeks to prepare. It's going to be a great opponent, and be really exciting couple weeks for us.
We'll go to Jenna Lane.
Tom, some people said that you were taking one of the biggest professional risks of your career by coming to Tampa Bay, a team that hadn't been to the postseason in over a decade, yet you guys are, you know, one of the last 2 teams standing. And can you just put into words what it's meant to be able to defy all those critics and naysayers?
Well, this is the ultimate team sport. And, you know, we've had a lot of people work really hard over a course of a period of time to get to this point. So, you know, it's a tough journey to get here. So to go on the road and win a another road playoff game is just a great achievement. And, now home Super Bowl for the first time in NFL history, I think puts a lot of cool things in perspective. Anytime you're the first time doing something, it's usually a pretty good thing. So now we just got to go, have a great 2 weeks, prepare for whoever it is, and, be ready to go.
We'll go to Greg Allman.
You've talked about this team needing the defense and leading on the defense at times this season. How big did they step up in the fourth quarter to mitigate the turnovers to keep the Packers from doing more than they did?
Yeah, they played incredible. I thought the defense was spectacular, and they've been that way, all year. They got, great front, great linebackers, play their butts off in the secondary. Some guys went down with injuries, other guys stepped in. So it was an incredible effort by the defense, and what they did today was amazing against really an incredible offense.
We'll go to Jim Trotter.
Hey, Tom, I know a lot of folks want to focus on how you feel about getting to this moment, but I wonder if you could maybe put into perspective what you think this means for Bruce after all these years, after stepping away from the game for a year to lead a team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him. And absolutely. I mean, it's amazing. I think for me, in my experience, it's not, for me, I don't think about what it means for me. I do think about what it means for everyone else. And it's an amazing achievement for BA. I'm so happy for him, the staff he put together, Coach Bowles, what Byron's done, what Keith's done. And, the whole coaching staff's put us in a great position for us to go out there and do our jobs well. And, it's taken a lot of different people over the course of the season on offense, defense, special teams to come through. And, that's why we're still playing. There's going to be 2 teams left playing. We're going to be one of them. And, again, just an incredible journey for all of us, and just proud to be a part of it.
We'll go to Scott Reynolds.
Tom, congrats on the win. When you look at Bruce's decision, this is a guy whose motto is no risk it, no biscuit, to go for it on 4th and 4 rather than punt right before halftime. Speak to that, and then your touchdown throw to Scotty Miller to really give you guys a big lead at halftime.
Yeah, BA wanted to go for it. I liked the call and was, I'm going to do whatever he asked me to do. And then, Byron dialed up a great play and we got behind the defense. We had a couple other opportunities too. So, it's just a great job by Scotty running a great route, getting open, and I just try to lay it out there for him to go grab it.
We have time for a few more. We're going to go over to Sarah Walsh.
Hey, Tom, we often hear from you about the process and one game at a time and never looking ahead. But when you think about scripting out these like fairy tale endings, I'm curious as to if you ever allowed yourself this season when you came over to the Bucs and knew the Super Bowl was at home, how often, if at all, did you ever allow yourself to envision this scenario that you're in now?
I think it's hard to envision, this is a goal, but at the same time, it's a week-to-week league. So, we're at 7-5, 7 games ago, not feeling great, felt like, we needed to find our rhythm, and played 4 great games down the stretch last quarter of the season. And then after that, it was just all bonus, and we just had to go play well. And we played well in Washington, played well all the way around in New Orleans against a great football team, and then came up here knowing that we needed to play great. And the guys came through. Everyone stepped up to the challenge. And, again, just a great – football's ultimate team sport. And it takes everybody, and everybody plays a role. And just so proud of this whole team, and, again, just blessed to be a part of it.
All right, our last one's going to come from Ira Kaufman.
What can you say about the pass protection during the last 3 weeks in particular, starting with the Washington team and their front 4?
I think the last 19 weeks, the pass protection has been amazing. Big guys up front have set the tone for us all year. And, Ryan, Cap, when he was in there, Stinney came in, did a great job. Allie's done a great job. Donnie's played incredible. Big Tristan's done incredible. Joe Haig's come in. So everybody who's been out there is doing a great job. And, again, when they're playing good, it's, we're great in the run game and, really solid in the pass game. And we're going to need another great week of it.
That's all for tonight. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's special, especially to get that Lamar Hunt trophy, our late owner's name. I mean, you want to keep that in Kansas City. You want to make sure that we hold on to that, and for the guys to go through the season that we've been through and to keep battling and persevering, it's special to get to this moment.
Patrick, congratulations, by the way, on a huge victory here. Kind of a similar question, but just what's it mean to you that you're able to deliver something to people in Chiefs Kingdom that they've been waiting for their whole lives? I mean, last year winning the Super Bowl was something that no one will ever forget. And now to get back to the Super Bowl, I mean, people, once again, have been waiting their whole lives in Chiefs Kingdom to see a team like this, and you're giving it to them. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's special. I mean, they show us so much passion week in and week out every single day. And to be able to give that back to them they've had the hard times and now hopefully the good times. And so we're going to continue to battle and continue to try to finish the job and go get that Lombardi trophy.
Patrick, how hard was it for you to get ready for this week? I mean, the Bills do a lot of different stuff. They've been on fire defensively. They shut down Lamar Jackson last week. But just with what you were going through, how challenging was it for you to get ready for this game?
Yeah, I think it's a tribute to the people that we have in this organization and in our building. First, it's the training staff, making sure that I got the right rehab in to be as close to 100% as I could be. And then the coaches, Coach Reed, Coach Bieniemy, Coach Kafka, with the game plan that we had that we could attack the voids and their different defenses. And I think the guys around me stepped up. The offensive line played their tail off. The running backs, the receivers, tight ends, they all made plays happen. And so when you have that type of team effort from everybody in the building, we can't be stopped.
So, Patrick, we've seen over the years now that when you guys are down, you are certainly not out. You always find a way to fight back, especially in the postseason. Down 9-0 tonight, what was the mentality about how you guys would get back in this game?
Yeah, I just think we've dealt with adversity now. I think that's the biggest thing. We've dealt with every deficit you could possibly think of, it seems like. And so when I went and talked to those guys on the sideline, there was no one hanging their head. There was no one had any doubt. We knew that we were going to get on the field and make stuff happen and continue to battle. We knew our defense was going to make plays like they did all night. And we were able to fight one play at a time to get the lead and then hold on to it.
Patrick, got to ask you, as talking with Coach Reed during the week about it, knew you were going to have to hit these voids in the zones, and you were just lighting them up, man. You were like striking out the side. Then they show press, and you hit the 71-yarder to Tyreek. How much did your eyes